Hey guys, Jimmy from Jimmy2Tech here, bringing you a video today on how to hydro dip for beginners. I've been doing a lot of research online, looking for videos on how to hydro dip and exactly what materials you're going to need to do it. And honestly, I didn't find a good video that actually showed exactly what you need. So today I'm going to kind of do a breakdown on how to hydro dip. In this tutorial here, we're going to be hydro dipping a gas cap, just to give you guys an idea on how to prep, paint, hydro dip, and successfully hydro dip. So I found this is basically all you're going to need to start. So we have paint, Wonder Paint, which you see right here. It's like a base coat for what you're painting. So for example, after we prep that gas cap, we'll spray it with that Wonder Paint, which will be the base coat. Then we have the activator. That's for when we're actually putting on the hydro dip. You'll spray that right on top of the film, and that'll make it stick to the gas cap itself. Then we have the clear coat. This is Wonder Paint Clear Coat. I highly recommend it. I don't mind it. Pretty good. Better than some clear coat you'll get like at Walmart in a spray can. Painter's tape. That's just to block off anything on the item that you don't want hydro dipped. We have the respirator. There's two kinds we have here. We have, like, let's say more of a intermediate one rather than the beginner one that you'll see to the right here. This is to stop the fumes from the activator, clear coat, any kind of paint, because let me tell you, it's pretty harsh stuff, especially the activator. That's the more beginner stage for the mask. At least wear this. I would definitely recommend it so you don't inhale too many fumes. We have the scruff pad. That's just going to be for helping you kind of scruff up the item that you are going to hydro dip so the hydro dip actually sticks to the product. Gloves, definitely recommend gloves because hydro dip will stick to your hands. And then just some prep solution, which you just put a little bit of that on a paper towel and clean off the item to get any kind of the oil or grease off. The first step is we're going to clean off the item that we're painting, so example the gas cap here. So we're just going to get some hot water, some soap, and we're just going to clean off any of the gunk, grease, anything that's on this that will stop the dip from sticking to the gas cap in this example. Alright, after we finished cleaning it off, just dry it off paper towel. Then we're going to scour it with a scour pad, 3M scour pad. You can get these most stores, Amazon. I'm definitely a pusher for Amazon because, God, the place has absolutely everything. So you're just going to scruff it all up, make sure it's all scruffed everywhere that the hydro dip is going to stick. Then after this is done, we're going to get ready for the base coat. Next step here, after we scoured it all up and roughed it all up, is we're going to just get a paper towel and some of the prep solution, the cleaner that we spoke about earlier. Just put a little bit out on the paper towel. Thanks for hitting me in the hand.
My pleasure.
Just clean it all up so you get all the oil and grease from your hands or anything from touching it. Then after you do this step, definitely best you don't touch everything you wiped. You don't want to get any grease, oil from your hands back onto it. So right about now is the best time to probably put on the gloves. Whenever you touch this, just make sure you're wearing gloves.
Gloves.
Right? Yep, gloves. Gloves, thanks. You're a hero.
Exam time.
Yeah, right? Alright, so as I was saying, glove, anything that you're going to touch here, just make sure you're wearing the glove because you really don't want any oil, grease on the item, especially since we're prepping to set the base coat down on it. Alright, now after we just cleaned it off with that prep material, so it's ready to be base coated, next step, get some of that painter's tape we were talking about earlier, and just wrap it on the spots you don't want the hydro dip to be on. So for this example, I'm just going to put it along this layer right here, because I don't want the hydro dip. Ask my assistant. Get me some tape here. Okay, so we're just going to set that on there, make sure it goes up to where I need it. Bring it all the way around. It's hard to do with one hand, I'm not going to lie to you. And oh my god, the perfect amount. That is nice. Right, so I'm just going to fold this in here, just like that. As you see, tape goes right to the edge of where we wanted the hydro dip to be, so it won't be on this metal piece right here. While we're letting this first coat dry of this Wonder Paint, I'm just going to talk a little bit more about it quick. As I said, highly recommend this. This kind of paint is the primer and the paint mixed together in one kind of can, so you don't have to have two separate cans, so you don't have to like prime it, let it dry, base coat, let it dry. This kind of saves time, definitely. I mean, only real downside to this is you can only get this kind of paint from their website, which I will throw a link right in the description for you guys. Another big thing about this one is it's got a 18-month dip window. Regular paints that you'll get off the shelf at like Walmart or anything like that usually have a short window to, like, let's say hydro dip, for example. Usually around, what was it?
4 hours?
4 hours or so. As I said, this is 18 months, so you'll have a lot of time to do that. So I definitely would recommend spending just a little bit more money to go with the Wonder Coat. Probably save you in the long run. So next, after your item is dry from painting, we're going to actually cut the film to the size we want here for this item. So pretty simple here. You're just going to spread it right out, tape it down. Just put out the film a little bit, get a relative size for your item. Yep. You set it right on there. You'll see how much. Always give yourself a little bit of space. You're not going to cut exactly to the size of the item, because then it won't properly dip. What's the tape on there if you want to cut the tape off? Perfect. Make sure you store this somewhere not wet. Like, put it back in the package in which you took it out of. Any kind of moisture will just completely mess this up.
Next, we got to outline the film. It helps it float on the water.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of videos where the people will just set the film right on top of the water. I mean, if you're comfortable enough to do it, you can, but it's a lot easier to set the tape right on the outline of it. So when you set the film on the water, the tape kind of gives it that buoyancy to keep it right above the water so you don't accidentally get water on the top of the film. If any water does get on top of the film is no good at that point. So,
plus, if you don't put the edges on there and you have too big a vessel, the ink will actually spread out too far. And it won't fix.
So as you see right here, we taped all the way to the outside, so we're going to cut about halfway through the tape. And this right here is what we will set right on top of the water when we get to that step. Alright, so right now we're just going to fill up a tote. We're doing this in a tote this time. We had a previous video, we did it in the sink, and it worked, but again, it wasn't as clean, best way to do it. So what we're doing right now, we're just filling up a tote with hot water. We want to keep it roughly around 90 degrees. That's ideal temperature for this. You can fluctuate a little bit lower or higher, just don't go crazy. Right now I'm getting roughly 90 degrees, and we definitely have enough water to dip just about. So just keep letting it go. I'm starting to get to 100, so I'll add cold.
What's the temp?
Okay. We're looking about 92-ish, so we'll just let that cool just a little bit now while we get everything ready. Okay, so now we're going to set the film on here. This is one of the delicate parts. You don't want to get any water on top of the film. So it's got to be almost like a light drop.
Also, to know which way goes to the water, you want the glossy side. But another way to check is wet your index finger and your thumb and pinch the two. The part that sticks the most sticks into the water.
Alright, so right now you see that's just floating. You're going to want to set a timer. We're going to use a stove timer here. Just 1 minute. You just want to set it right on the water for about 1 minute. Okay, we got 1 minute. We're going to spray our activator. Definitely want to stay. Okay, and then we're just going to dip. Then we're just going to spin to get the rest of the film away from it. And we're just going to pull it up. As you see here, it's all really nice and shiny, glossy. Worked out perfect. And we painted it over the tape, so when we're done there, we'll just take that right off and we'll just have the top just like we wanted. Perfectly hydro dipped. Okay, right now, as you see, there's like a nice glossy layer. We want to rinse that off. The film has like a coating on it. So we just want to rinse that off under hot water for around 3 minutes.
Using the sprayer usually works better.
Okay, so spraying this like this, what you want to see after the 3 minutes is that glossy layer will start to disappear. It'll start to go dull.
And it won't feel slimy when it's ready.
Alright, so as you see here now, we just rinsed off all the film. As you see, it looks a little bit duller than it did coming right out. So all we're going to do now is just pretty much pat it dry very, very lightly and then just let the rest air dry. You don't want to make any imperfections on the hydro dip. While that part is drying right now, I just wanted to tell you guys, if you're going to use your bucket of water again to do another item, make sure you skim the top, because you'll see right on top of here all the rest of the ink from the first dip we did. So just make sure you skim it all nice and good. I mean, if you wanted to, you can dump it out, clean out the bucket, pour fresh water. But if you're doing several back to back, just make sure you skim that layer good. Okay guys, after a few coats of clear coat, we finally have the finished product. And the gas cap, it is beautiful. Shines, you can see the reflection of the lights we're using on it. All in all, turned out perfect. I hope this was a beneficial video for you beginners that are actually taking a shot at hydro dipping. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything in regards to any of the processes, anything else like that, feel free to comment. Make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe if you can for more videos. We have a lot more on the way, big plans for the channel. So thank you guys for watching.